Good afternoon, class. Before we start our discussion, may I ask Miss Sampson to lead the prayer? Amen. Okay, so before you take your seats, kindly pick up some pieces of paper under your chair so that we will have a peaceful discussion for today. Okay, so everyone is settled down. Let me first introduce to you our class norms. First, we have to treat others with respect at all times. Second, raise your hand before speaking. Third, follow instructions properly. Fourth, do not use cell phone during class hours. And last but not the least, always come to class early. Okay, are we clear? Okay, so now, may I ask if everyone is present today? Okay, very good. So, I know that all of you did your assignments. So, for now, may I ask Mr. Apyag to have a recap of what was our last discussion? Okay, thank you, Mr. Apyag. Another recap from Ms. Bunyola. Okay, so both of you are correct. It is about the development of periodic table of elements. So now, I will be showing to you a periodic table having an incomplete elements. I have here 3 symbols for you to guess where it should be located. Okay, may I ask Miss Nadao, where is the location of the first symbol? Okay, let's see if your guess is correct. Yes, you got it right. And for the second symbol, may I ask Mr. Daguo? Okay, let's see if you're correct. Yes, you're right. And for the last symbol, may I ask Miss Okmin to guess the location of the last symbol? Okay, so your answers is correct. I bet all of you know where is the location of all the elements. Now, from the little activity that we had, what do you think is our topic for today? Anyone? Yes, Mr. Flores. Okay, about periodic table. You're almost there. Any other ideas? Yes, Mr. Gimola. Arrangement of periodic table. Yes, great answer. You get it. Thank you for that. Now, let us proceed to our lesson objectives. Here is our lesson objectives for today's discussion. Please read, everyone. Okay, thank you. So what is periodic table of elements? So elements, of course, it is substances that cannot be broken down any further by chemical means. While periodic table, it is the arrangement of elements by increasing atomic number and according to its similar properties. So each element on the periodic table has an atomic number, symbol, name, and of course its average atomic mass. So what is atomic number, by the way? So it is the number of protons found in the nucleus of an atom. What is an average atomic mass? Okay, it is the mass of an atom that include the protons, neutrons, and electrons. So now, how does the periodic table being arranged? So, the elements are arranged into rows by increasing atomic number. So, the horizontal rows are called periods. These are labeled 1 to 7, while the vertical rows are called the groups. These are also labeled 1 to 18. So, we have here, for the alkali metals, we have lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. And for the alkaline earth metals, we have beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, and radium. For the transition metals, we have elements from groups 3 to 12. These are less reactive but harder metals. And for the boron family, we have elements in group 13. We have boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, and ununtrium. For the carbon family, we have elements in group 14. We have carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, and ununquadium. For the nitrogen family, we have nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, and ununpentium. These are elements in group 15. So now, we have the oxygen family. First, we have oxygen that is of course necessary for respiration. The next, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, and ununhextium. These are elements in group number 16. And now we have the halogens. These are elements in group number 17. We have fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, and ununseptium. So, this is very reactive elements, diatomic non-metals. Chlorine is also used to keep bacteria out of swimming pools. Also, these elements always found combined with other elements in nature. The last one is we have the noble gases. So these are elements in group number 18. We have helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. So these elements are very reactive gases. These are used in lightened neon signs. Helium is also used to make party balloons to float. So as we can see, we have here elements that is used for our everyday living. So it is really very essential for us to know these elements because as people, we are really the ones to benefit by these elements. So the beauty of the periodic table is revealed in the patterns and trends in its rows and columns. So in summary, going up or down a column, elements are organized into groups which have similar chemical properties. Moving left or right within a row, the atoms trend smaller or larger in size, and their reactivities go up and down. Beyond these periods and groups, the table organizes elements into blocks such as the S block, the P block, the D block, and the F block, which reveal more about how the electrons are arranged, who their neighbors in the table and who are likely to be, and which electrons and their valence electrons. Okay, so any questions, suggestions, additional informations about the discussion? Okay, if there's none, then let's proceed to our lesson activity. So, kindly group yourself into 4 groups, and each group will be given 5 different atomic numbers and 5 different symbols of elements, and match each of them according with its atomic number in order, from lowest to highest number on its corresponding elements. So, I will present to you the mechanics of our activity. 5 correct answer is equivalent to 25 points. 4 correct answer is equivalent to 20 points. 3 correct answer is equivalent to 15 points. 2 correct answer is equivalent to 10 points. And 1 correct answer is equivalent to 5 points. Write your answers in a 1/4 sheet of paper, and at the back of it is your group members. So each group will present a yield before presenting their output and must choose one representative to present their answers. Okay, you have 5 minutes to answer the activity. Are we clear, class? Okay, you may start answering. Okay, may I know if all of the groups are ready to present their outputs? Okay, so let us start from group 1 down to group 4. Okay, let's give everyone 5 claps. What a nice presentation and deal from all of you guys. I see that all of you are cooperating with your group answering the activity. May I have now your 1/4 sheet of paper? Okay, so how do you feel about the activity? May I request Miss Cortez to share some? Oh yeah, you felt happy and fantastic. That's a very wonderful response from you, Miss Cortez. Another realization from Miss Haranilia about the activity. Okay, the importance of elements, of course. Okay, thank you, Ms. Haranilia, for that. What can you say about the arrangement of elements in the periodic table, Miss Rian? Okay, properly arranged. Very good. You are all correct. Now, let us proceed to another activity and with the same groupings. The activity is called Elements Relay. Kindly stand, students. Each group will have a representative to read the 5 elements in order of its atomic number and pass the message to the other group mates, and the last one of the team will be the one to write the answers in a 1/4 sheet of paper and will go in front to tell what elements he or she received. Okay? So whoever finished and say correctly the elements will be given points according to their rank. And I will give 5 additional points to the group that will finish the task first if all of the groups will tell the elements correctly. Understand? Okay, I will present to you the scoring rubrics. If all the elements are in order, it is 25 points. If one of the elements was not in order, 20 points. If 2 elements were not in order, 15 points. If 3 elements were not in order, 10 points. If 4 elements were not in order, 5 points. But if all of the elements were not in order, it is no points. So, good luck! So, let's start. Each group representative, please come here in front with me and we'll start the activity. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and go! You may start relaying the message. Time's up? Okay. So every group representative are finished answering their task in 1/4 sheet of paper, and we'll have the group 1 to present their outputs as they were the one to finish first. Okay, thank you, group 1. And the second group? Okay, thank you. And the last but not the least? Okay, so let's give everyone a 5 claps. So all of you get the correct sequence of elements. And just I promised, I will give additional 5 points to the first group who will finish the task if all of the groups that get the elements correctly. So I will give it to group 1. Please take your seats. I can say that all of you did great, especially relaying the messages, which means cooperating with each others. Okay, for the points, group 1 got 30 points. And of course, group 2 and group 3 got 25 points. Okay, congratulations. And now that we have finished the discussion as well as the activity, can anyone tell or share the importance of proper arrangement in the periodic table of elements? Anyone? Yes, Mr. Nautan. Okay, thank you for that great answer, Mr. Nautan. I believe that you really understand the lesson and listen carefully. Good job, everyone. Everyone, because you did great this time, I will give you a small quiz. This is only just a matching type quiz. Okay, you just have to write your answers in the blank before the number. Okay, so for your assignment, you just have to study the symbol and uses of periodic table of elements and color the elements according to its atomic properties and chemical properties. Okay, understood? Any questions? Okay, so because of that, class dismissed.